Hey, this is Rich, aka Ribbon of September Mourning, and I'm going to show you my rig. First, I'll show you Wraith's guitars. He's using this Schecter, and he's tuned to drop A, so it's A, E, A, D, G, B. And there's our little custom Dunlop guitar pick. It's got a Reaper on it. He's using the heavy core Dunlop strings. I think this is a 68, so it's pretty thick. And this is the Hellraiser Hybrid Schecter. And then for me, I've got two Paul Reed Smith custom Baritone guitars. Normally these guitars, well, it's pretty dirty. Normally these guitars come in silver burst or tobacco burst. I had two silver bursts, and I sent them to Baltimore, and they painted them black for me. They installed these sustainer pickups, the Tremonti bridge pickup, and then set it up for my tuning. I'm actually tuned pretty low, E, A, E, D, G. So this is a low E, like an octave below standard E. And they also put these custom little truss rod covers that say Ribbon on them. In addition to what they did, I actually had an Evertune bridge installed as well, because I was having kind of a problem with tone because the strings were too thick and I needed to use thinner strings, but it wouldn't stay in tune. So the Evertune helps to keep the guitar in tune with thinner strings tuned super low. And I also had these tuners swapped out, so like they're all black hardware. So this is my black on black with more black makeup all rubbed on it. Here's the other one. This is the way they sent it to me in the beginning from Paul Reed Smith. So it had like the silver tuners, the regular silver bridge, but you can see the difference. This one's cleaner. Originally, both guitars were exactly the same. The only difference was the truss rod covers. But like I said, I was having kind of like some tone issues, so I wanted to get with thinner strings. So that's what's on this. This sounds different. I actually had it set up better by Eric over at Tour Supply, and it's in tune, but the tone's still super thick. So this is very specific to certain types of songs that I will play. But as of right now, I'm playing everything on this, and this is the backup. What I have here is the Positive Grid bias amp and bias effects. It's a plugin that I can use in Logic, which is what I use to record and to run our live tracks. I just started working with them, and I haven't had time to really dig in with it, but it's an awesome program from what I've seen and what I've started to do. It's just ridiculous sound options that it has. So I have this installed on the laptop. I'm going to install it on the iPad, and I'm going to start using the iPad with my Blackstar heads, which I'll show you soon. I'm going to start using that live, so that essentially my iPad will turn into my guitar head as well. Okay, so I do a lot of tricky things with our live set. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to close this Logic session that has the bias stuff in it, and I'm going to open one of my live sessions. Alright, open recent. So what I'm doing live is I'm running a click, so we play to a metronome, and then I also have like a track that has like synth and like weird parts that we can't play live because we don't have a keyboard player. And then also what I'm doing is I'm doing a lot of MIDI triggering. I'm triggering both of my Blackstar heads, so they change all the sounds without a foot switch or a pedal. I'm also MIDI triggering two whammy pedals, so they turn on and off and change settings. I'm also changing the program settings on the Chaos Pad, and then I also recorded automation on the Chaos Pad so that it filters and does the little things without me having to use my hand. So it's essentially like I end up having three hands because there's a ghost hand that's moving on the pad. And then also I have a TC Helicon. I have it all labeled. I have a TC Helicon that I'll show you in the rack, and I'm triggering sound vocal changes for our singer. and I'm also triggering lights. So when possible, I plug in strobes and some LEDs and halogen lights and things, and it's all programmed to sync with the click. And I'm controlling all of that from Logic. Let me show you kind of the whole session. Doing crazy stuff. So those are all the MIDI triggers. So you got the lights for the DMXs by Entech, both Blackstar heads, whammy pedal for me, whammy pedal for Wraith, Chaos Pad settings, Chaos Pad automation, Helicon automation, and then we also have things like tells us the track name. September, our singer, has a click when the drums don't play, so she knows, you know, when the song's about to start again, and she can even sing without the drums because she has a click for timing. I also have like MIDI stops because you know, there's a tricky thing with live when you're using the computer and clicks. You know, it's programmed, you know, for the length of time, but you still want to kind of keep things organic and ebb and flow. So some songs, you know, the song will end and it'll go straight into a track, and you know, and she'll talk over it. But sometimes it'll stop, and I don't have to be near the computer, and then it'll stop, and she can talk as long as she wants, and then I get a feel for where she's at, and then I'll start the click. You know, so we kind of go back and forth between it to try to keep the show, very structured but still loose at the same time. And I'm doing it all from Logic. This is actually the old version of Logic. This is Logic 9. I haven't even upgraded to 10 because I haven't needed to. So I'll show you all the physical gear that all this is controlling in a second. Welcome to all of my backline. We have 2 guitar players and a bass player, and normally, you know, you would see 2 4x12 cabs for the guitar players and an 8x10 for the bass player. Literally, I have eliminated all of that, and I use this. I guess let me start with the computer. I was talking about the computer before with all the MIDI triggering that I'm doing. So I'll just look at it right here. There's the DMX's track. That triggers all my lights. This is the converter for the DMX's by Entech. It converts, you know, the MIDI signals to DMX to trigger the lights. I have the 2 different triggers for the Blackstar heads. These 2 heads right here, they're actually, if you come over here for Dalskia, this is what they look like. Literally like this. And then the other guitar player, Wraith, we measured the rack, and he actually edited the heads so they fit in a rack. Because, you know, my setup's super compact, and it was kind of hard to be compact when I had 2 guitar heads. So we were like, well, let's see if they fit, and they do. So these are literally just stock, both of these, they're literally just stock Blackstar ID100 solid state heads. And, you know, they're in here, and I took the extra Blackstar plaque that I had, stuck it on there to, you know, so let people know what I'm using. And I'm MIDI triggering all the patch changes in these heads, because these heads have all these different distortion sounds and everything, and they have like built-in reverb and display, chorus, all that stuff. So it eliminates a lot of need for lots of different pedals. Then I also have this Chaos Pad by Korg, and I'm automating different changes for different ways of filters. And the whole thing about the Chaos Pad is that it's an XY, you know, it filters like that with your hand. But the trick is if you're playing guitar, if you've only got 2 hands and you're playing, how do you filter when you don't have 3 hands? So what I did was I recorded the automation of my finger to filter certain things, and then when I play it back, there's like a ghost. You see the pad moving without a finger touching it. And then sometimes, just, you know, because live music you want to kind of improvise, sometimes I'll just walk over to it and do something manually, but for the parts that I know always have to happen, they're already recorded with automation. This right here, that's my MIDI Solutions split. I have MIDI coming out of my Mo2 828X, and then I split it into 4. And also I'm using USB for MIDI to control all this stuff. And what else? We do our own in-ear mixes. I'm using Mo2 hardware for that. So the 828X is my brain, and that's my sound card. So all the audio that we use for like sending like synth to the house, the MIDI signals to all these pieces of hardware, it all comes from the Motu 828X. And then I have these two 8-pre's also. So we have 24 channels of audio in our ears. So we don't need stage monitors, we don't need guitar cabs, we can hear all of it ourselves. I'm also, sometimes I'm not able to put this rack near me on stage, so I have an airport and I use an iPad and I mirror the desktop of my laptop and I'll control Logic in my session and the flow of the show from the iPad on my guitar or on my mic stand. So I have that as well. And then we also, in the rack, I have, these are our Sennheiser wireless microphones. The way the setup works quickly is, we don't have wired microphones for vocals, so it's all built in right here. And then I guess I'll show you the back of the rack. I ran out of space in the front, so I had to go to the back. And this is the back of it. I have the TC Helicon for vocals, so sometimes there's some crazy effects on September's vocals, and we have that programmed into here so that it, you have crazy little distortions and vocal effects all triggered and built in. She doesn't have to do it with her foot, and we don't have to have a sound guy do it. And then we have our Sennheiser ears, because everyone's on ear monitors. And then we just have a simple split. So literally every single instrument and sound we have on stage goes to us and we give it to the house. We don't use any of their stuff. All of our drums have internal mics from May Miking built in, and that's what this is. All of our drums plug into this, and we send it to the split, and then we send this to the house, and that's it. Everything's super simple. We do it all ourselves. I'm Rich, aka Ribbon of September Mourning. You can check us out on septembermourning.com and all your various social media, facebook.com/SeptemberMourning, instagram.com/SeptemberMourning, twitter.com/SeptemberMourning, but that one's weird. You have to go to the website, check that one out. And we have our debut album coming out this summer. We'll be announcing the date very soon. It's coming out on Sumerian Records, and we're really excited to get out and meet everyone and collect all their souls.